Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of the Cough Time podcast, the podcast promoted and hosted by Aum Association in Sighișoara, Romania. My name is Lara and I landed here directly from Portugal. I'm a volunteer at Aum Association and I will be your host for this episode. And I promise you will be amazing. Here with me for today's conversation we have Irome
Hello, I'm Irome from Spain, Canary Islands.
and Cecilia.
Hello, I'm Cecilia from France.
In this third episode, we will talk about the activities, daily life, and logistics of volunteer here at Aum Association through our personal experiences. So, let's start this incredible conversation. And as a starting point, I would like to know from you, how was it to arrive here in Sighișoara, and how was your first week in a completely different country?
Okay, it was incredibly cold actually, because I was not expecting that, but it was snowing a lot, like really a lot. And it was at one point minus 20 degrees. And in France, it was not this weather. We were at the beginning of February, so I can understand, but I was not expecting that at all. So it was really, really cold, but at the same time, it was also really warm because we meet a lot of new volunteers. New people that were really willing to be here and to meet new people also. So it was like good atmosphere, of course. And we also meet the people that are working at Home Association, and they were really, really welcoming. So it was this contrast between warm and cold weather.
Yeah, for me it was the same because imagine I'm from an island with good weather, like warm weather, almost all year. So being here in the middle of Europe with snow, I have never seen that snow in my life. So I was really shocked, and I love it. I was like a little child with the snow. But at the same time, it was really challenge because we need to adapt. No, the first week adapt to the new environment, the new house, the new people. But at the same time, it was really nice to meet each other and to know about each other. It was really a challenge experience, I think.
And regarding the work in the association, what kind of activities that you developed and what is the Aum way of working?
Actually, the AUM way of working it's non-formal education. We learn by doing, by develop. It's a way of working that it's more focused on the results, and also we have our task to do, but we have somehow freedom to choose when, where. So we self-manage our own time, and it's really nice to work like this. And we have lots of fun working in this way.
Yeah. And for the activities, okay. When I first read the info pack, it was really clear, but when I arrived here, I was a bit like, what are our mission already? I was a bit like, okay, I don't remember exactly. I'm not sure I well understood everything, but it's still really okay and fine. And now, of course, I know. And like the main mission is like a workshop in high school and school about sexual education and anti-bullying. Really, really interesting and challenging also. And for this summer, we have 4 summer camps that are planned with not exactly the same topic, but this topic are part of it. And it's also really interesting to build all these summer camp, and then we will do it like in 1 week. So I'm really excited about this. And we have also a lot of little activities, like sometimes we go in the foundation to work with old people or people with disabilities, or sometimes we do English classes for beginners, or we have a lot of little activities that we can do or not, we can choose to do or not. So it's really interesting also this way to be able to choose what you want to do, what you are interested in, like this podcast for instance, or something else if you prefer something else.
Okay. And what were the biggest challenges that you faced while work with so many diverse people?
For me, it's always a challenge to work in a team because you need to adapt to the other people way of working. So first, you need to know how is the best work kind of work for you, how do you develop yourself better, and also when you try to I try to communicate to my colleagues because we need to adapt each other. So for me it was a bit challenge to adapt my way of working to them, but at the end we adapt really well. So the work was amazing altogether. Yeah.
For the challenge part, when we are working, I feel like I have example in my head, and it's more about the like we have one workshop in school with an Hungarian classes of kids, like they are 10, 12 years old, and yeah, it's really difficult to be able to understand what they're saying because they talk in Hungarian, obviously, and it's also difficult for us to be understood by them because they like a lot of them don't actually speak English. So then we have a really like challenge here, of course, but at the same time we are four in my team, so we can rely on each other. So it's like, yeah, it takes some effort to adapt to everyone and to be able to work together, but at the same time you can also rely on those people and they can help you to overcome these challenges. So it's like really, really interesting.
What about the daily life basis? How was it to live with 70 people from 10 different nationalities?
It's a really interesting question because living so many people, 17 from different nationalities, it's funny because I can notice how different we are based on our culture. So it's really funny to notice that. But at the same time, I can notice that even we are from different parts of the world of Europe, we have a common point, no, as human beings. So we all have the same necessities or the same issues somehow. So it's beautiful to see that part, no, how these things connect to all of us. Also, I think I always say the word challenge, but I think it's a right word for this. Living all together and seeing each other all day, it's a bit hard sometimes because we are so different. We have different background, different traumas, and these things affect to the way that we behave and we perceive the life. So sometimes it's difficult to connect each other because friction and problem will appear, of course, but here you can learn how to manage them.
Yeah, I totally agree. Actually, it was my biggest challenge. Like before coming, I knew that we're gonna live all together, like 17 people. And it was like, okay, will I be able to do it or not? Because I'm kind of a cleaning freak and I love when everything is clean, when everything is stored, and it's not like this in the castle, obviously, because we are living there and 17 people, we are sometimes working there. And it's like, no, it's not perfect and it can't be actually, but it's still really hard for me to chat to manage these things and try to not be that much of a cleaning freak. And I feel like I'm still in the challenge and I'm still trying to letting go and to be like, it's okay, it's gonna be fine. It's not because some plates are dirty that your day will be horrible, you know?
Yeah.
So, but it's a lot of work. Yeah, it is.
And if I ask you to give some tips for the new volunteers to help them to maintain a good and healthy environmental.
I will say communication. Try to communicate everything because when you communicate everything, it's easier. Don't take things so seriously or personally. We are here for learn. Also, keep in mind that this experience will end at some point, so it won't last forever. So try to squeeze every moment, every day. Try to appreciate everything that happens each day. Yeah, I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, communication is really the key for me because we can't understand each other without, and so communication in English here, obviously, but we really need like to express our feeling and what we need behind because like we all have the same needs, so we can relate on the needs. It's like non-violent communication. and we can relate on these needs, but if you don't express them, of course people can understand why you are behaving like this to achieve these needs, but they don't do the same to achieve the same needs. So of course they will not understand, except if you tell them, I'm doing this because I need that, and blah blah blah. And then it's like everything is easier if you understand and you are able to feel empathy with other people, then everything is really more smooth. It's also like communication with the volunteers, but also with own people, with the coordinator of the association, because sometimes like the challenge is too big for you, the storm is too hard to maintain, to manage, and you need exterior help, and they are here to help us also to live this wonderful experience all together in the best way possible.
Yeah, also I will add that don't forget another tip, no? And don't forget yourself. Explore yourself in a new context. You will find many things about you that you didn't know before. Also, try to have a list of things that you want to achieve here. Why you are here? Maybe it's because you want to, learn a new language, making friends, or whatever. So when the moment that you will feel lost, because it can happen, try to remember that list of things that you want to achieve here. Also, I will say, when an internal storm appears, keep in mind that it won't last forever. It will pass, so don't worry about it, because the emotion is difficult to sometimes to manage emotions, but keep that on mind that it will pass. Also, I will say, find ways to regulate yourself. What are the things that makes you feel better? Maybe it's talking with friends. Maybe it's, I don't know, doing a sport. Do it when you feel bad. Don't forget about that. And also, I will say, try to find a partner in crime, no, like a partner or people to talk about your problems, no, about the things that appear on you, trying to find a safe space to talk. Yeah, I will say that.
And after these amazing tips, I would like to ask you also to share with us one unforgettable moment. I'm sure that you have a lot during the volunteer, but I would like to ask you for one unforgettable moment.
Okay, I have one that came to my mind, because it was not so long ago, but we went on holidays with like 6 other volunteers from the Home Association. And we went to Budapest, Bratislava, and Vienna for 1 week. And it was really, really fun, really amazing. I love it. We walk a lot, we eat a lot, we talk a lot, we visit many, many beautiful places. The weather was amazing. No, it was really perfect holidays, dream holidays. Um, yeah, it's one, but there is a lot, but it's one moment, unforgettable.
Yeah, for me, I really enjoy simple things. No, the moment that I will remember forever, it will be the moment when we have been all together, doing something, making dinner all together, eating all together, playing cards, watching movies, watching the final of Eurovision, or traveling together. No, these moments that are simple. No, it's a daily life moment. For me, it's the ones that I really appreciate more. So this moment I will keep them forever on my heart. Yeah, I know.
Me too.
Mm.
Thank you for sharing these incredible moments with us. Unfortunately, our episode is coming to an end, but I would like to ask you one last question. Would you recommend it for the people who listen to us to do a volunteer, and why?
I would recommend 100%. Why? Because it's a experience that you will remember forever, all your life. It's a so different experience from your daily life. You are in a new context, so you will learn a lot about you, and yeah, and you will remember forever. So yeah, if something inside you is calling for it, just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally say the same. Like, if it's the moment, if you feel like the mission is talking to you, and the country is talking to you, you're like, okay, that's the good sign. It's scary, of course, because it's always scary and it's normal. But then, if you feel like it's the right time, do it, because it's amazing and you will not regret it. it's a life experience, as you said, Irome, and you will remember it all your life. So just go for it.
Okay, thank you, beautiful people, to listen till here. Please remember to also check out the other episodes of this series. Put your like on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe on the channel, and follow the Alma Association on the social media. You just heard the Cough Time podcast with Lara.
Irome.
And Cecilia.
Thanks again for being here with us, and see you next time. Bye!
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Arrivedere.